Many thanks for staying tuned. It's still the conversation here on Lagos Television. Part one of this conversation today will center on one of the issues facing the country Nigeria, especially in northern Nigeria, but not limited to northern Nigeria, and that is the issues surrounding out-of-school children. And of course, it is quite worrisome because on a daily basis, there are reports and indications that for some reason, one reason or the other, the number of out-of-school children are increasing. As a country, what can we begin to do? And as individuals, how can we also help in ensuring that this number decreases? At the moment, there are over 18 million children that are out of school in Nigeria, and you'll agree with me that that is a huge number as it stands. Today we have a guest in the house, and together we'll take a look at this conversation. She is the Program Support Officer of IA Foundation. It is an NGO based in Nigeria and the UK, and of course they're working with, at also reducing the number of out-of-school children that we have in Nigeria. Join us this morning as we welcome Okpeyemi Grace Adedara. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Which do you prefer, Okpeyemi or Grace?
Okpeyemi is fine.
Okpeyemi is fine.
Yes.
Thank you, Okpeyemi.
That's my first name.
18.3 million is what data has put the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria. That number, how worrisome are you with that number?
Okay.
So how worried are you? It's a worrisome situation.
All right. First and foremost, you see, the problem of out-of-school children is a global menace, right? And Nigeria accounts for 15% of the world population of out-of-school children. And according to UNICEF, I remember 1 in 3 out-of-school children, like 1 in 3 Nigerian children are out of school currently, representing 10.2 million out-of-school children at the primary level, 8.1 million out-of-school children at the junior secondary school level. That is a very big problem. Also, we have more than 50% of our girls that have not been going to school at the basic education level. So it shows Nigeria is really going through a very big problem right now. If we are having 18.3 million of our future leaders roaming the street, then what becomes of our country? You see, looking back, you see the neglected out-of-school children back then, they are the banditries of today, they are the kidnappers of today, they are the armed robbers of today. And if the 18.3 million are not addressed at this point, honestly, it's going to pose a lot of threat for our country in the future. So we need to tackle that part right now. And the good part now is last week, the Senate proposed to hold a national summit to tackle this out-of-school children. In short, it is a very good move. So what we just need to do is keep our fingers crossed and see how they come through with the summit and the outcome. So right now, we need to seriously address the issue because it's unbecoming of our country. Yes.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo was in Bauchi recently to commission some projects, and he put the figure at 20 million. And of course, it raised an alarm that these children, they are potential insurgents if they are not taken care of. Some of the policies and programs of the government as it stands, do you think they are tackling this problem at all? And it's more rampant in the northern part of the country compared to what we have here. What are those things that you think we need to begin to do? I remember very well that during the time of President Goodluck Jonathan, he established some schools called Al-Majiri schools.
Exactly.
Well, I doubt if those schools are still functioning as we speak.
I think they are, right? You see, first and foremost, I don't want to say the federal government are not doing anything, but they need to do more.
What about state and local government?
For Lagos State, right? Yes, Lagos State is trying, yes, but the governor needs to do more. But you see, Ogun State is, for the Southwest, I'm just so concerned because I reside in Ogun State and I see a lot of out-of-school children in that particular state. So I feel Ogun State needs to do more. Lagos is trying, yes. Right. And the problem of these out-of-school children comes from the north. As a foundation, we really have a lot of application for children, because what we do at IE Foundation is we pick out of school children, we put them in school, we pay for tuition fee, and we do other necessary things to keep them in classroom. We have a lot of application coming for us from the north, which shows that we have a lot of out of school children there. Early child marriage is a problem, is a barrier over there. When you have your child at the age of 16, giving your child out in marriage, what does a 16-year-old girl know? She's supposed to be in school with her friends, with her colleagues, you know, and you are there, you are giving your child out in marriage. So this particular girl at the age of 17, when she gives birth, she has a child, and when the child grows up, she also gives, exactly. So you see how this is trending. So the out of school children is predominant in the north. And for the Alimajiri, I think they are working, maybe. I don't really want to say they are not, but recently now, Tinubu's daughter, the Iyaloja, has been appointed as the ambassador. So hopefully, let's see what she has to do. As an organization, we are actually holding an out-of-school children summit soon, and we are trying our best to reach out to her, probably because we've been reaching out to the Alimajiri, the ED, the executive director. We've not been, been able to get across to him, but hopefully we'll be able to use the, try our best to see if we can get the Iyaloja, because honestly, the out-of-school children is a no-go-go in Nigeria. It's so becoming, it's unbecoming.
So you've mentioned early child marriage as one of the issues predominant here, but also we've realized that some of those children do not want to go to just because they think education is not their path, or education is not as inviting as it should be. Is there a need to also look at the school's curriculum and make it more inviting, especially at the early childhood level, where children are expected to sleep and play when they go to the schools? And so is there a need to also look at our education curriculum in Nigeria? Will that also be an inviting mode for children to want to learn?
Yes, I feel, yes, there is a need. And also, we need more qualified teachers. We are lacking in that part. We need more qualified teachers to take our children in school. So, yes, like you said, the curriculum, yes, they need to work on that part, and infrastructure is also a problem.
When you say infrastructure, what do you mean?
For example, a girl child believes, let's say, when they're on their menstrual cycle, there is no good
sanitary or
exactly,
hygiene.
yes. Okay. So they believe, how will they take care of themselves when they go to school? So I feel all these things should be put in place for them. And classroom is also a problem, right? I remember during my youth service in Akure, I served in Ondo State, Akure, and we had this, there was one NGO I was volunteering with then, and we went for an outreach, and we also visited some schools to give out some materials and all. And I saw some students sitting on the floor. Sitting on the floor with no chairs. That is one case. Another one is, if you see the classroom, so small.
Right.
And we have a lot of children, some were even standing.
Wow.
So infrastructure is also a problem. They need to, we need more classrooms, we need qualified teachers, we need good, like toilet,
remuneration for the teachers as well.
And yes, exactly. And also they need to, teachers are really trying. Teachers are really the pillars, right? They are really, really trying. So they need to also encourage the teachers. And for me, federal government needs to increase budgetary allocation.
For education.
Yes, for education. When we are having 18.3 million of our out-of-school children roaming the street, tell me what become of our country. They need to sit and think. We need to increase the budgetary allocation by probably 25% or 30%.
Okay, Jimmy.
Okay, aside the fact that government should scale up infrastructure in terms of classrooms, employ more teachers, don't you think that poverty is also one of the reasons why people don't send their children to school?
Yes, I agree with you. Honestly, that is number one checklist. That is number one. Poverty is number one reason, the factor responsible for out-of-school children, because a lot of children are out there, they are not going to school as a result of helping their parents,
To hawk.
Exactly, to support their parents, they drop out just to support their parents, to be able to take care of the family. And a case whereby mother is not working, father is not working, how do you expect the children to feed? They'll be out there hawking, selling, just to take care of their parents and themselves as well. Okay, so there is a case currently, like I said, I work with an NGO, and what we do is we reduce number of out-of-school children. We provide, we take out-of-school children, those children we pick on the street, we take them to the classroom, pay for the tuition fee, we make sure they have the learning material to keep them in school. So each year we bring in more children. So this year we've done our, the bursary committee team approved some children this year. And there is a case of a particular boy, which I want to, I don't want to expose him. The boy, there are two. One is 18, one is 16 years old. And they were abandoned by their mom. Their dad had stroke.
Is this in Lagos?
Exactly, Oyigbo. And it was, I think, okay, so, you know, IA Foundation is in the public domain. People know about us and all. So there is a particular lady that knows about the foundation and probably a lot what we do and other NGOs. So she reached out, she called. I picked the phone and she was like, please, I would like to discuss something with you. She told me about the story of these boys. She said the situation, because they were begging her for money, the situation at which she saw them, she was really moved. She said, what can we do? I said, okay, I will need to visit the family. Then we got to find out that the mom abandoned the children and the dad had stroke, and the two of them have been the one taking care of themselves, taking care of their dad. And so look at this case of two young boys, 16 and 18, fending for themselves. So they want to go to school. That was why they still take care of themselves. They sponsor themselves to school. At the same time, they have the responsibility of taking care of their dad. So that is a case. Another case like that of poverty. Poverty is just number one reason why lots of children are out of school. I know another thing, sorry, is insecurity. That is just so much. You see, attack on schools have increased a lot that we've been hearing. And these have made so many schools to shut down. Okay. And we have our children in the house doing nothing because parents are scared of their child being kidnapped. And,
okay.
You know,
I mean, one of the things that the federal government, you know, also implemented at some point in time to help tackle this menace is the school feeding program. Yeah. And perhaps thinking that if children at least are fed 1 meal per day in school, it will keep them in school. Has this helped in any way, or is it just a pat on the back?
I'm not sure it's working, I'm sorry to say. Because, for example, like I said, we had children in school, right? And if truly it's working, we have a lot of reports coming from this school I'm talking about is not a particular school. Okay. We have our children in over 9 states. And reports have been coming to us that these children come to school looking unkept, fine, right? And when they get to school, it's not like they are even feeding them well. So they still reach out to us.
To fill in the gap.
Exactly, to do more than, okay, you know, paying for their tuition fee, their learning materials. We still go we make sure that we provide the feeding part for them. So I'm not really sure. It might be working in some parts.
Some places.
Maybe. Okay. But currently in the 9 states where we have our
Can you mention those 9 states?
Okay, thank you. So we have Oyo, we have Ogun, we have Lagos states, we have Abuja, we have Niger, we have Nasarawa, we have Kwara. Sorry, can I come again? I think I need to count.
I'm just going to stop you there. I want to particularly hold you on the fact that you're in Abuja.
Yes,
and that is the federal capital territory.
Yes, we have.
We have like 3 schools. Confidently say here that in those 3 schools, the feeding program is not as is not as effective as one would have thought.
It's not.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Jumala.
Oh, okay. You have identified some of those problems. Do you think the government is doing enough to address this problem? That is one. And even if government is doing enough, what about the mentality of some of these parents who believe that, okay, I don't really need to send my child to school for he or she to become somebody in future, or for he or she, or for him or her to achieve something tangible in life? Some of them have this mentality that education is worthless.
Okay.
Do you also engage them?
Okay, yes, we do. We do, because I will cite an example too. Okay, so for that part of, is the government doing well? Like, are they trying? Yes, the government are trying their best, but they need to do more. you know, we have a lot of population in Nigeria, and we have these children, and they are much. So they just need to, you know, put in more put in more effort, sorry. And parents are not also helping matters. So I remember also part of what we do at IE Foundation is to create awareness campaign, like educational campaign. So during last year, we had this
Sorry, Akpayemi, just so that we don't, because we need to let you go. But very quickly, I'd like for you to just stress on the point of parents being supportive of ensuring that at least no matter what it takes, that children gets that, at least the basic education at the grassroots.
Yes, parents really need to, you know, buckle up and give their child the proper education, because education is the fundamental right every child deserves. But unfortunately, some parents believe sending their child to school is useless, especially for the girl child. They believe when you go to school, what
you end up in the kitchen.
Exactly. So, and that is not really too nice. So I feel parents really need to. And, you know, the issue is a lot of uneducated parents are out there, so they don't even know the importance of education. I just thank God for my father, who is, yes, my dad is a very educated person, and thank God for him. That's why I was able to gain the necessary education needed. So let's say if parents are educated, you know, I'm very sure we won't be having this outrageous number. Exactly. So parents just need to do more. We have some parents that are trying their best, but they just need to do more.
Okay. All right, we'll have to leave this conversation here this morning. We do have another guest that we need to take, but we'd like to say thank you, Okpeyemi Grace Adedara, for coming on the... Oh, no, not Adedara, Oyedara, right? Adedara, okay, for coming on the program today. We appreciate your thoughts, and well done.
Thank you very much, Ma.
All right,
thank you so much.
Quick break. When we return, the conversation continues.